Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My heartfelt greetings to all my dear students, respected parents, teachers, scholars, and fellow citizens. I am Rajiv Shar. My mission extends beyond preparing students for NEET, UPSC, or other competitive examinations. My true purpose is to nurture informed minds, responsible citizens, and ethical leaders who will shape the future of our nation. Today's discussion is neither political propaganda nor criticism of any particular party, government, or individual. It is an intellectual and constitutional discussion on one of the most fundamental questions of the democracy. Who should govern a nation and what qualities should our leaders possess? Recently, I came across several thought provoking discourse that used powerful satire to expose a paradox within our democratic system. It remarks the person who could not even pass secondary school becomes the education minister. The person who has never entered a kitchen becomes the food minister, and so on. These statements are not to be understood as attacks on specific individuals. They are rhetorical devices intended to provoke reflection. The real question is for more deeper things. Can a nation progress if critical ministries are led without adequate knowledge, competence, vision, or the willingness to learn? Consider this carefully. To become a teacher, one needs qualifications. To become a doctor, years of education and licensing are mandatory. To become an engineer, professional competence is essential. To become a civil servant, one must clear one of the toughest examinations in the world. Yet, the people responsible for framing laws, determining educational policies, economic priorities, healthcare systems, environmental regulations, and national security are not constitutionally required to possess any minimum educational qualification or professional expertise. Democracy grants every citizen the right to contest election, a cornerstone of equality. But this also raises a profound question. Should electoral success alone be considered sufficient preparation for governing a complex modern nation? Governance today is no longer simple. A minister may need to understand artificial intelligence, climate change, biotechnology, global economics, constitutional law, and international diplomacy. No individual can master every field. However, every leader must possess intellectual curiosity, capacity to understand expert advice, evidence based decision making, ethical judgment, administrative competence, and long term vision. Leadership is not about knowing everything, it is about having the wisdom to learn, to question, and to make informed decisions. History teaches us that nations rarely collapse overnight. They decline gradually through poor decisions. An uninformed education policy can be weaken generations. Poor economic decisions can create unemployment. Weak environmental policies can damage ecosystem for centuries. Inadequate planning, healthcare planning can cost thousands of lives. The consequences of poor governance are measured not merely in financial losses but in lost opportunities, human sufferings, and diminished national potential. The discourse also raises another uncomfortable reality, the growing concerns regarding the criminalization of politics. Criminal charges enter legislative institutions, public confidence in democracy is affected. At the same time, we may remember a fundamental constitutional principle: every accused person is presumed innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. Therefore, reforms should strengthen transparency, accountability, and timely disposal of cases while respecting due process and democratic rights. At the point, another clarification is necessary. A university degree alone does not make a good leader. History has produced highly educated dictators and remarkably wise leaders with limited formal education. True leadership combines knowledge, character, integrity, compassion, administrative ability, the humility to continue learning. A certificate cannot place wisdom, but wisdom cannot flourish without knowledge and openness to evidence. Instead of merely criticizing the system, let us think constructively. India can strengthen its democracy by encouraging greater transparency regarding candidates' educational backgrounds, financial assets, and criminal cases. Faster judicial disposals of cases involving elected representatives, internal democracy within political parties, greater use of expert committees and evidence in policy making. Leadership training for elected representatives, better civic education so that voters choose candidates based on integrity, competence, and public service rather than identity, emotion, or short term promises. Encouraging educated, ethical, experienced, and service oriented citizens to actively participate in politics. Democracy becomes stronger not by excluding people but by raising the quality of public leadership. Ultimately, democracy reflects the choices of its citizens. Political parties nominate candidates, but citizens elect them. If voters reward integrity, competence, honesty, and vision, politics will gradually change. If voters reward money, fear, misinformation, or short term benefits, democracy itself bears the cost. Every vote is not merely a political choice, it is an investment in the nation's future. My dear students, the future of India will not be determined only inside parliament, it will be determined in classrooms where future citizens are educated. It will be determined in families where values are nurtured. It will be determined in environments where critical thinking is encouraged, and it will be determined at every polling booth where informed citizens exercise their constitutional responsibilities. Let us aspire to build an India where leadership is not measured merely by electoral victory but by values, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to public service. A great nation deserves leaders who continue to learn, who respect expertise, who act within integrity, and who place the welfare of the people above every other consideration. The strength of democracy lies not only in the freedom to elect but also in the wisdom to elect well. Thank you very much, Jai Hind.